Today's episode of the Fan Feed Network podcast is brought to you by Bonnier Jewelry. Week 15, first week of fantasy football playoffs. In the real life NFL scheme of things, teams are getting knocked out of the playoffs or clinching spots in the playoffs, clinching divisions. A lot going on in the NFL this week. As always, this is Cameron and Caleb here to break down all of the week 15 action for you guys, game by game of everything that's gone on so far. Also talk about what we're sweating out in our fantasy leagues or if we've got any bets in or anything like that. And yeah, just a good place to hang out and kind of decompress before the Sunday night game. So if you're watching this for the first time, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Like the video, share your comments, hang out with us tonight. You can also follow us over there on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. We're active on all three of those. And if you can't listen to the stream, you can also always listen to us on podcast on your way to work, on your way home from work, or anywhere in between. But yeah, Cabes, how you doing, big guy? Feel like I haven't seen you in so long.
It's freezing cold. Oh, George Kittle touchdown. I needed that.
Yes.
It's freezing cold.
Bad.
I am sleep deprived. I'm getting my butt kicked in most of my fantasy leagues right now. But you know what? Happy to be here, man. It's a beautiful day.
It's a beautiful day, man. I'm seeing clearly.
Beautiful day.
I'm seeing clear.
No, man, it's a lot of good football today, though. A lot of touchdowns being scored today.
Yeah, it's been a good day of football. I've most of the leagues that I'm in playoffs in. Well, I won't say most, probably half. I got the first round bye, so I'm sweating out a couple games in the first round where I should easily be winning. But of course, it's the playoffs, and Trevor Lawrence exists, and it's just not that simple. Currently the game I'm in right now, I'm projected 160.58, and the other guy's projected 160.82. That's how close this thing is. Unbelievable.
Golly.
I got two leagues that one at least that I've won. One that's also close, a difference of like 4 points. And then the big one, hey, everybody that's watching, please give it up for our man Dom on the Fan Feed Fantasy Show. Dom traded me Brian Thomas straight up for George Pickens early in the season. He thought that was going to be the ticket, man. That was going to be the thing that, helped him win a championship. But he meets me in the first round, and here we are. I'm currently projected 143. He's currently projected 114 with Brian Thomas in the flex, 17 points on him. Come on, man. Let's go.
That's hilarious. That's so funny.
I got
dang it, Dom. Poor Dom, man. What do you do?
It's crazy games. So right now we've got some pretty good games on, especially this Rams-Lions game, man. This game is great. Looks like they're reviewing a score that just happened. I think Stafford threw a pass to Parkinson. It looked like he caught it, but 24-26 currently, and that's that game. Packers-Broncos is going on. That's also a good game. Packers are up. I think 23-21? Yep. And then Panthers and Saints, that's a really close game. And then Colts Seahawks, Phillip Rivers. Old man Rivers is leading the Colts right now over the Seahawks 13-9. So, like I said, we're going to cover these games, but we'll also cover games that have already happened. So, Cabes, you ready to dive in?
Let's get going.
Let's do it. All right. First one is Thursday night. We had the Falcons take on the Buccaneers, and me and you were so confident the Buccaneers were going to win that one. And look at us, egg on our face. And you especially, man, disappointed in you.
Yeah. What was wrong with me? What was I thinking? What was I even thinking? I should have known. I should have known to not bet against Kirko Chains. I've been preaching it. And as soon as I go away from it, he does the thing, man. It's crazy.
Let the winner spice talk, bro. Let the winner spice talk.
For all you people that gave up on Kyle Pitts, here he is.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
That's wild.
I actually fell asleep. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say everybody was freaking out because that's like the most points by a tight end like ever. And since like, I can't remember who the other guy was. Was it Kellen Winslow?
Are you serious? Is it really?
Yeah, it's like one of the highest scoring tight end games. I've seen multiple different tweets about it, so I think it changes based on scoring settings. But top 5, one of the greatest tight end games of all time in week 1 of the playoffs on Thursday night from the one guy who's disappointed the fantasy community the most, Kyle Pitts. Unbelievable.
That's the kind of year we're having.
Yeah. Yeah, Falcons won this one, 29-28, Caves. What did you see in this game?
I'll be honest. I fell asleep right before halftime on the couch, man. I was exhausted. I woke up and some random movie was playing. I said, what happened? But from what I could see, man, Bijan Robinson is just an absolute stud. He can just handle all kinds of workloads through the air, on the ground. Good defense, bad defense. It doesn't matter. This guy might be the best running back in the league. He's just incredible. But my main concern. Go ahead.
Can I speak on that really quick? Just this was the game we've been talking about because we've all been complaining about Tyler Algier and all the usage he's gotten.
Right.
But Bijan had 19 carries and also 8 receptions on 11 targets. And Algier had 2 carries in this one. So like they they were dedicated to giving the ball to Bijan, and I think it went really well for them because he just, I mean, dude, you give him space, especially the passes on the sideline where they gave him a few yards to kind of create something.
Right.
Man, it was just exactly what we've been preaching this whole year, and it looked so good for the Falcons.
Yeah, killer. He's so good.
Killer.
Where are we at with Baker Mayfield, man? I mean, I was singing this man's praises. He was playing like the best quarterback in all of football the first 5 weeks of the season, and now we are seeing a major decline. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I just feel like the Bucs as a whole are in kind of disarray. I think it starts with the defense too. Like their defense is just absolute Swiss cheese.
Oh, it's bad.
Yeah, I know Todd Bowles got interviewed after the game, and he was pretty livid, letting expletives fly, left and right. But he's like, you just got to care enough. And those are the worst losses, not like getting beat by a scheme or getting out coached or something like that, but when your players like quit. And that's kind of what it felt like he was describing, was that the players just didn't care. The defenders didn't care. I didn't think Baker played too bad. The worst part of this game for him was that pick right after the Falcons scored. I think they scored the touchdown. It was 28-21 or something like that. And Baker got the ball and threw a pick like directly after, gave the ball right back to the Falcons. So they had an opportunity to score. And it was just like, oh no, what are you doing, Baker? So I don't know. It just feels like the team's in disarray. I can't really describe it all the way. Mike Evans looked really good though.
I think this is the first time they've had all their receivers, I think, in a game this year.
Yep. Even Jalen McMillan looked good.
He looked good. He was fiery. Did you see him like getting in some fights and getting in people's faces? I loved it.
Yeah. Who is this? Sorry. Panthers just got stuffed on 4th and 1. Who's this running back? 34?
For Carolina?
It's not Dowdle, and that's not Chuba. Yeah, he tried to jump over the pile and just kind of jumped into the backs. Oh, it was Chuba. Oh, Chuba. That was bad. Why are you running Chuba on 4th and 1 when you have Rico Dowdle?
That's weird.
Make sense to me. But I think the Bakers. I keep wanting to call them Bakers or Egbukas. I think the Bucs are still a good team. I just think they're got a lot of stuff going on that's messed up in the franchise. I mean, they're on a huge losing streak. I think this is now 6 out of the last 7 games. So, and if Carolina wins today, Carolina's already firmly in first in the division, but if Carolina wins today, it creates a sizable gap between the two teams. It's kind of crazy for the Bucs.
Yeah, I guess last thing I'll say is Kirk Cousins, 373 yards and 3 touchdowns without Drake London. Without Drake London. Let's see who the top receivers were. Kyle Pitts, obviously. 11, 166 and 3. Bijan, 8 catches, 82 yards.
Yeah.
I went to click on this one. David Sills, 6 catches, 80 yards.
and he had a huge catch. That last drive, you were asleep, but the last drive when the Falcons were trying to win the game, it got back to like a 2nd and like 25, and in their own territory, so Kirk dropped it short to I think Bijan or Pitts. They got like 10 yards back, so it was like 4th and 14. Actually, no, it was 3rd and 25. So 3rd and 25, they drop it to 10 yards. So it was like 4th and 14 or something like that. And David Sills was just wide open, and Kirk hit him, and they converted on 4th down. I mean, Buck's got to have that. That's like it's unacceptable. And that's, I think, why Todd Bowles was so upset, and rightfully so. But yeah, good for David Sills. Played a great game. So,
Absolutely.
All right. You got anything else on that one?
No, Michael Penix couldn't have done what Kirk did Thursday night. That's all I got to say.
Definitely not.
Next.
All right, next we got the Cardinals traveled to Houston, take on the red-hot Houston Texans. Texans won 40-20. Texans are now 9-5, man, and I'm feeling very justified in my preseason take that the Texans would be a dark horse Super Bowl candidate. It was a rough start to the season, but man, I'm telling you what, this was the game this morning. After I got home, I sat down on my phone. I was looking at some bets, and I was thinking about that game, and I was like, gosh, this feels like such a trap game where the Cardinals actually pull it out and beat the Texans, just because everybody now is like recognizing how good the Texans are. Who's that? Corum? God, man, Corum. That's crazy. That is so bad for fantasy. I'm in pain. Rams are up. They're now about to be 34-24. Crazy.
Stop running the ball in.
I know, or at least give it to Kyron so I can win in my league.
Gosh.
But yeah, I just think that I felt like this was a potential trap game. Everybody's on the Texans now. Everybody's talking about how good their defense is. The offense is starting to click, and it felt like, okay, something bad's going to happen. But sure enough, Texans came out, punched them right in the mouth. They scored 10 points in the first 3 minutes of the game.
They did.
Nico had a great game. I feel like the Texans are hitting on all cylinders, and even though they let the Cardinals score 20 points, I don't think that really means a whole lot because the defense was just kind of letting them have it.
And Trey McBride's a dog. So
yeah, you want to talk about Trey? What did he do today? Ruining all of our fantasy games?
Man. I know. I was so worried about leaks. I had him in. I was like, man, first round, he's got to play Houston. That sucks.
Yeah, we talked about that. We talked about that on
I think
Thursday. We were like, you said, are you nervous about Trey McBride? I said, yes, I'm nervous about Trey McBride.
Yeah, we did.
But you can't bench him. He's so good, and this is why you don't bench your best players.
He's so good.
What was his final stat line?
12 for 134 and 2 touchdowns.
Go!
Dog, man. He's such a dog. Like you said, Houston is firing on all cylinders. They had a random running back breakout today. I don't know if you ever heard of him.
Jordan. Yep.
Jawar Jordan. Yeah.
Yep. I know Jawar.
That was pretty random.
Not good.
Even just watching Stroud today, man, the couple plays I saw. Oh my gosh, he's wide open.
Yes.
Even watching Stroud on those plays, man, like he looked different. Like he looked poised. He didn't look like he was nervous about someone hitting him from behind every waking second. He didn't look like anything crazy, but he got the job done. Obviously, it's Arizona defense, so it's a little bit of a softer matchup, but very good to see from Stroud. Good to see from everyone going into playoffs for sure. With this defense and the offense doing what they're doing, and how bad the rest of the AFC is, this could be a very solid team in playoffs.
Dude, yeah.
I would not be surprised to see them in the championship game.
I'm going to say it right now that they're going to the Super Bowl. You got the Chiefs knocked out of the playoffs today, which we'll talk about here soon. You got the Patriots who lost to the Bills today. They were top of the AFC, which was always inflated by a bad schedule, just a really easy schedule. We've got the Broncos currently in a dogfight against the Packers. And I know everybody's going to say, oh, well, the Broncos already beat the Texans. But, doesn't matter. Regular season, it is what it is. You win games, enough games to get into the playoffs. This Texans team, man, they are red hot. And I really like their odds. And especially in the colder months, these defensive teams are always the ones that play best. Last year was the Eagles. And so this year it's going to be the Texans. There was one throw I wanted to highlight on Stroud because it was like a third down, and he scrambled out to his right, and he turned back kind of towards the middle and threw past a dot in between like two, three defenders right to Dalton Schultz. And it just for a moment, it was like, okay, we're back. Like, yeah, we're back with Stroud. Which I'm just so happy for him because he definitely like took a massive step back year 2, and even year 3 was a continuance of that step back.
For sure.
And now I feel like he's starting to play a lot better. But let's talk about the Cardinals. Props to the Cardinals. They put 20 points up on this defense. Chiefs weren't able to accomplish that. Bills were able to, but this team's way worse than the Bills. And look at how good this offense was. It just once again reaffirms, I think, how bad Kyler Murray is.
Absolutely. Jacoby going for 250 and 3 touchdowns. It was tough for them. They got down really quick because of that. What was it? The Texans scored off the Nico touchdown and the kickoff. Did you see that? He fumbled the kickoff. The dude's helmet cracked the ball, sent it flying. It was like, oh my gosh. So it's always hard to start. First 3 minutes you're down by 2 scores. It's like it's not easy to start that way and start crawling out. But yeah, man. Trey McBride, top 5 fantasy pick next year in the first round.
Yeah, potentially. Depends on whose quarterback is. I wanted to hit this because I read something the other day about Kyler Murray because obviously he's not coming back in. Parsons hurt. I guess we'll wait and see what that looks like because they switched it on Red Zone already. But yeah, what was I talking about? Crap.
Kyler Murray.
Yeah, so I read an article the other day about, is Kyler Murray going to return to the Cardinals, or is it more likely he goes to another team?
No. It was a non-contact. He's holding his knee. Oh, no. Dude, that stinks. I think Parsons is done.
Let's see. Left knee. Hold on. Oh, man. Yep. Parsons out for the year, man.
Golly,
that's just what it looks like,
dude.
Unfortunately. We've had some rough injuries today.
Golly.
Anyway, let me finish this story. Yeah. So in the article, they're talking about Kyler and potential landing spots. And one of the landing spots, they talked about the Steelers. Because with the massive contract that Kyler Murray has currently, it would cost the team a lot to just cut him. They can't really cut him. It's not feasible. It costs a lot of cash. And trading him, no teams really want to take on that massive contract. Right. So this could be another situation like the Steelers got Russ Wilson in, where they trade for him. The Giants paid the majority of his salary, and the Steelers gave him a $1 million contract. So if the Cardinals were willing to take on some of that money and the Steelers could sign Kyler Murray, I don't know. As a Steelers fan, how would you feel about Kyler coming to Pittsburgh?
I really wouldn't hate it, honestly. There's so many bad QBs in the league right now. And rolling dice with a rookie, it's just 1 in a million, man. It's really tough. So,
especially with how bad this draft class is.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, honestly, like I'm cool with throwing Kyler in there. Honestly, like I still like Kyler Murray. I think he is pretty bad, but I don't know. Sometimes these guys get on new teams and it changes things up. And like you said, if it's like a 1 million, like 1 year deal, we're not really taking any losses.
No.
So,
shuck, man, he went down too soon.
Oh,
don't be hurt. Don't be hurt, Tyler. You're my last living quarterback. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting. But yeah, kudos to the Cardinals for getting 20 points in a game they weren't expected to score that. And yeah, definitely be on the lookout for these Texans in the playoffs, man. They're the real deal.
Definitely.
Okay, let's go on to this one. This one ruined a lot of people's playoff hopes, or massively helped them. We had the Jags take on the Jets in Jacksonville. Jags win 48-20, led behind Trevor Lawrence, throwing 5 touchdowns, 330 yards, and then rushing for 50 yards and 1 touchdown. Gabes, what takeaways do we have here?
I mean, man, watching it, this is what we were expecting from the Liam Cohen offense at the beginning of the year with Trevor Lawrence, them going and getting Travis Hunter. Everything was gearing towards this pass-heavy offense with multiple options and T-Law throwing it 40 to 50 times a game. I mean, this is what we wanted, and he spread it around, and he looked great. It wasn't just one guy. It was, I mean, similar back to Tampa Bay. Like, you're with your Mike Evans, your Chris Godwin, your Jalen McMillan, ETN, who's never been good at receiving back in the league, was great in college.
3 catches for 3 touchdowns.
For some reason, yeah, that's insane.
Nice.
It's just so funny how Trevor Lawrence really leans on these small route running receivers, and that's like his go-to. We all get mad about the Brian Thomas non-usage, but he loves these Parker Washingtons, his Jacoby Myers, his tight end Britton Strange, and at first, they made the Jacoby Myers deal, and I was, very confused. But it makes sense. Like that's what they want. They want a bunch of these route runners where they can split them out wide and send them all over the field. And I mean it. Oh, wow. Oh, Phil just got cracked. Get up, Phil. Get up, Phil.
Help him up. Help him up.
10 more yards, Brock. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I love watching it. I thought Trevor Lawrence looks really good. This is not some pushover Jets defense either. Honestly, Jets defense has been playing really well since they made their trades.
Right.
So for them to come in and everyone get involved, oh my gosh, Cam Ward just chucked a bomb and he caught it. Is that Van Jefferson?
I can't believe he's even
kidding me. That's crazy.
Don't throw a pick, Cam.
Oh my gosh. No way. He's doing a Justin Simmons for a touchdown.
What? That is insane. Cam Ward, touchdown throw in the back of the end zone to line edge rusher Jeffrey Simmons.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I love it. I love it. Anyways, I won't spend a lot of time on it, but this is what we all thought Trevor Lawrence was going to be and what he can be capable of. And I wonder if they're starting to unlock it and kind of find more of their identity as an offense and as a passing offense. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I just think the Jags, I think the Jets, like you said, the defense has been playing well. Last week they played really bad. I can't remember who they played last week. But it kind of blew the top off. They played the Dolphins. Dolphins beat them 34-10. Gosh, Broncos just scored 28 to it's going to be 28-23.
Thanks for telling me to sit Troy, knucklehead.
Sorry. Yeah, bad. I know Trey is stoked right now. But yeah, no, like I said, Jets defense has been declining. I just think the Jags are a competent offense. I think like you brought this up, and I'm going to hammer it, is Jacoby Myers unlocks what this offense can be, because Trevor now has that consistent wide receiver that he can, always trust is going to be open. Kind of opened up the field for Travis Etienne on those 3 touchdown receptions he had today. Brian Thomas Jr. was open a little bit more. So it was good to see. Really, to me, I'm just way more excited for next year when Travis Hunter returns, because I think that Jacoby Myers role was what they had envisioned for Travis Hunter.
Definitely.
So on the Jets side, you got to be happy about Adonai Mitchell playing well again. He did have a good touchdown reception today. But other than that, just not a lot to be excited about. I think Brady Cook is absolute buns. Brady Cook, do not let people sway you. Brady Cook is the reason why Luther Burden dropped in the NFL draft, because Brady Cook would not throw the ball to Luther. And when he threw it to him, they were terrible passes. Terrible. So Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Brady Cook. So, yeah, not a whole lot to talk about in that game. Unless you got anything else, we'll move to the next one. Oh, another no-contact injury. Dude, Devontae.
No way. Are you serious?
Hamstring.
Anyways.
This is unbelievable.
I just got to say, one of my favorite running backs and backup running backs, or I guess underground running backs, is Isaiah Davis. I think Isaiah Davis is such a solid stud of a running back. And I was hamstring. That sucks. Woof.
Letting the winter cranberry talk, bro.
Yeah, I know. Obviously, just a small little detail, but Isaiah Davis, if Breece Hall were to ever get traded, Isaiah Davis would hold it down in New York.
What about Braylon Allen?
Braylon's trash. Josh Jacobs just mossed a linebacker?
Oh, that was earlier. That was a great catch.
Okay.
We'll talk about that when we get to the Packers game. But that was an incredible catch by a guy who does not catch passes like that. But yeah, let's move on to probably the worst game on the slate. This game ended so early. I think this game took 2.5 hours. The Raiders travel to Philly, take on the Eagles. They lose 31-0, and that's just painful. That's just brutal. Yeah, I mean, it really, honestly, I wasn't very impressed with the Eagles anyway.
No,
they were just running the clock out and efficient on their drives. Nothing really stands out. I mean, Goddard was like the go-to target in this one. Saquon Barkley, man, to me, that's just the biggest story and continues to be. Like, he had 22 carries for 78 yards.
Very underwhelming.
Very underwhelming. Very underwhelming. And last week he was underwhelming other than the deep runs. And so I don't know, man. I still think this Eagles team has a lot of question marks. But what do you have in this one?
Yeah, not much, man. I'm not a big Eagles fan. I think they have a lot of issues, and they are going to be exposed in the playoffs probably. But who knows? I don't know why, but it just irritates me so bad. Every third down play, it's just a force feed ball to AJ Brown running a curl route or a slant route. Like, that is his route almost like 80% of the time. I'm like, dude, this man is like one of the best receivers in the league, and you have him running, dinks and dunks. Oh, it's so frustrating. It irritates me so bad.
But I love AJ Brown, so give it to him.
I do too. That's why I'm mad. Gosh, man, it's just no creativity in the offense at all. It's such a boring offense. Our boy, former Super Bowl champion Kenny Pickett started today and was horrendous. Abysmal. Absolutely horrible. So the Raiders are in full tank form. Any guesses what they go for in the draft next year? Defense or offense?
They got to start quarterback, unfortunately. It's so bad. And I don't think they're going to have the number one pick. I'm almost sure of it. And that's Fernando Mendoza, most likely, which I'm coming around on Mendoza. I was pretty hard on him early on. Obviously, he won the Heisman. That's not why I'm on him, because I don't think he really deserved it. He's probably one of the worst Heisman winners we've had in recent years. But even Jeremiah Love's pretty, he played really well, but he's not even like a great Heisman candidate in my mind.
Right.
The talent this year was really low. But yeah, they go Mendoza, draft some linemen in the second, third round, or trade back. Really, that's my number one priority for them, is trade out of that 101, give it to somebody else who's more set for a quarterback, and get additional picks so you can rebuild the line on both sides. And bide your time. Go get some of these free agent quarterbacks. Kyler Murray. You can go get Kyler Murray and kind of see how that will do for the next couple years. But they've got a lot of problems on that team, and I just don't think that they're a very good team at all.
Just whoever's going to feed Brock, get him in there.
Yeah, and they need to open up the field for Ashton Genty. I mean, Genty is a lot like Bijan, where you give him space, he can make plays happen. But you see today, he had 4 catches for 7 yards. He didn't have any space to work, and so the offensive line is a joke. The whole team really is a joke. So I don't want to spend any more time on that game. Let's move on to something happier. Okay, next one I've got Commanders versus Giants. Commanders travel into New York, take on the Giants. They win 29-21 behind Marcus Mariota in the absence of Jaden Daniels, who's dealing with an elbow injury. JSN, look at him go. Oh, I love him. I love him, baby. Not a whole lot in this one either. Probably my biggest thing is look at Bill go. Chris Rodriguez was out for this game. Bill started at running back and 18 carries, 96 yards, and a touchdown. Now, this was the one team that he torched early on in the season. The Giants are probably the worst run defense in the league, but still encouraging for Bill to get on the field and do what he did. What else did you see in this one, Caleb?
Yeah, this was a weird one. Jackson Dart started off really slow in the first half. Like, he looked rough. Well, look at Matthew Golden.
That was a great catch by Golden.
That was a great catch.
That was incredible.
Dart started off really slow, man. That first half I don't think he had over 100 passing yards. He threw the pick. And Mariota was playing pretty good. They were down by a good amount, but it did flip-flop. Second half, whatever motivational speech they got, it did something. Tyron Tracy had a great game today. He looked good. I'm excited for the Giants offense. I am excited for the Giants offense. I think they get a couple other pieces. The defense can get their ish together. This team can play with a lot of the best teams.
Yeah, they need to fix the secondary. The defensive line is very good, but their secondary is just atrocious. And then they need to build up their linebacker core, which I prefer to do that through free agency. Look at that. Olave touchdown. Tyler Shuck, he's got ice in his veins, baby. Ice in his veins. He's so good.
Ty.
Everybody was sleeping on Ty, bro. This man is a dog. Come on.
Tyler is nice.
He is nice, bro.
Voice kind of nice, man.
I said it last week. He got that Baker Mayfield in him, man. I love him. I love
he's
Tyler.
Perfect for the scheme, too.
Yeah,
man.
Kellen Moore. And the biggest thing, well, we'll talk about that when we get to that game. Let's save that. But yeah, I'm super excited about this Giants offense. They Jackson Dart is throwing great passes. He's dangerous with his legs. Looks a lot like Mahomes, but runs like Josh Allen. Obviously those are like the Glazer like comparisons, but he's just playing super well. And he's throwing to a bunch of scrubs. So get him Neighbors back and then also draft somebody in the draft this year, first or second round. This could be a really dangerous offense.
Cornell Tate.
Cornell Tate would be crazy, but I don't think
that'd be insane. I don't think they will either.
I think the earlier draft picks they should devote to like DB. They need a DB.
They need a DB really bad.
Oh,
yeah.
Man.
As far as the Commanders go, I think I might have said this already. I really like Marcus Mariota. I think he's playing really good this year when he's had to come in. And like we said before, with how the QB plays looking this year, I think he definitely should be a starter on a team if it looks similar to next year. But I'm really hoping that Washington does some work as well to get this team together for Jaden when he comes back. I'm hoping that Washington doesn't turn into one of these pumpkin teams that just wait for Jaden to do everything for them. And then he kind of just gets burnt out. I don't know. We'll see. Ooh. But Jalen Lane had a nice punt return today.
Yeah, he did.
He looks good, man. I love Jalen Lane.
Really good.
But yeah, this is always a fun game between these two teams. I enjoy watching their showdowns.
Yeah, I think the Commies are in a very dangerous place. They were in a dangerous place coming into the season because they Keandre Lambert-Smith scored today. I did not know that.
Yeah, you didn't see that? First one of the season.
Keandre, let's go, baby. But no, Commanders are, like I said, in a dangerous place. They were in the beginning of the season because in the offseason, they invested in a lot of high money veterans. And that, has not really panned out super well. They get Debo, but how much has Debo increased the efficiency of the offense, especially when they're losing games? I think they've won 4 on the season. Yeah, they're 4-10. They go get Laramie Tunsil, the starting left tackle, but Jaden still gets blown up. And honestly, I'm going to say it. I know Jaden's had a down year because of the injuries, but I even think that Jaden was having a down year before the injuries. And I think last year we saw this with Cliff Kingsbury with Kyler in year 1, where Kyler came on and stormed into the NFL, and everybody was, unanimously talking about him as like one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL right after year 1. And then the second year, teams started to figure out what that offense does, and that offense is so gimmicky. It's very quarterback friendly, which is probably why Mariota's playing so well in it. It's just a quarterback friendly scheme because it doesn't require or ask for a lot from the quarterback except just being efficient with the ball and making good decisions. I'm not saying Jaden's bad, but I do wonder if we've overrated him, and we'll see next year. Obviously, I don't credit that to any of the injuries. Like, injuries are not what makes a guy underrated or overrated. Just his play this year has been down, and if he's not like great, and they went and spent all this money on these older players, they have 4 picks next year. They had 4 picks last year. It's not a good place to be in. I'm scared for the Commanders.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. I think we're done with that game. This was a good one. This was probably one of the best games today. Bills Patriots in New England. Patriots go up 21-0 in the first half. Bills somehow manage to come back and win this game 35-31. Dude, what happened? This was a beautiful game. Just so much offense. But man, I don't know. What did you take away from this one, Caleb?
Yeah, insane. And that's one of the best traits that Josh Allen has is, gosh, man, he never gives up. Never gives up. They can get their butts whooped, and, man, he's always in there working. And it's kind of been his story so far this year. It's coming out really slow and lazy in the first half and then pulling it together in the second half to make something happen. But, yeah, man, incredible game. I saw the snow started to fall, and I said, yeah, here comes Joshy.
Look at Blake Corum go, baby.
Gosh, Blake Corum might be nasty.
I think he's nasty, bro.
Both teams looked disgusting. I know there's been a lot of talk of Patriots having a very soft schedule this year, and that contributed to their record and how they look. But I think this just proves that they are a real team, and they are a threat in the playoffs. Drake May is playing lights out. I still question some of the play calling. Some of that's a little odd to me. What's wrong?
T-Mac just made a catch. Nah, he didn't catch that.
I don't think he did.
Him. I was about to say, there's no way he made that catch. Yeah.
Dang it. But yeah, super fun game. Just high scoring. Really enjoyable. Patriots really just slacked off in the second half, it seemed like, and just were not hitting. But I know I told you Thursday night this was going to be a Travion Henderson game. He was going to break off multiple big runs. Remember that? Yeah. Remember that?
Yeah,
dude.
Travion, baby.
And it just blows my mind they will not give this man more work. I'm not even asking for 20 carries, but give it to him on the outside. And man, he's so good with space. He's so fast.
Yeah.
Oh,
they did throw him 3 passes, but that was the same as they threw to Ramondre. Ramondre's a decent pass catcher, so I don't want to knock him, but
right.
Yeah, Travion's just so much more explosive. And they started out the game, and it looked like, the first play of the game was like a 10-yard run from Ramondre, and I just put my palm in my hand and was like, dude, what am I doing? What is happening? But yeah, Travion busted off both of those big runs. Just incredible, man. He's so fast, so electric. Add such a good element to this offense. But this offense was, besides those 2 runs, this offense was bad, man. And I'll say this, like, I think I do think that soft schedules helped them a ton, like a ton. What, there was a stat that they talked about on the broadcast that I thought was crazy, but when the Patriots got the ball back, they were saying now Drake May has an opportunity to lead his first ever comeback victory for the Patriots. And that's crazy to be almost 2 full seasons in and never having a comeback drive. And to me, that's a big deal as a quarterback. You know, I don't really care that much for Bo Nix, but he's got quite a lot of come from behind wins. It just shows a whole different mentality of the quarterback. And I'm not saying Drake May's bad. Like, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL already in just year 2. I just think this team's still a little ways off. I think we saw it today. Second half, they couldn't convert. What are they talking about on this Broncos? Oh, no. They just threw a deep ball to Cortland?
Yeah, they did. Also, Puka just got hurt. So they're without Devontae and Puka now in LA.
Okay. Give it to Kyron. Give it to Kyron.
Yeah. Don't give it to Kyron.
But yeah, for the Bills, man, who's their offensive coordinator? I know his name. Joe Brady. Sorry,
Joe Brady.
Drinking. Yeah, Joe Brady's just a wizard, man. He's I didn't really recognize his game until recently, and man, this guy is just like so good at scheming up this offense, because this is a bad offense too. I mean, these receivers are a joke. And James Cook, like, I like James Cook. James Cook is not that good. I mean, you put another player, if you put James Cook on another team, he's not doing all this. But the play calling is just so good. I think Joe Brady's probably one of the best head coaching candidates coming out. So, yeah, wild. Puka's walking back to the locker room. But, yeah, big game. Good for Josh Allen and the Bills. They get their get back. Now, if the Patriots lose one, the Patriots still need to lose 2, and the Bills need to win out if the Bills want to overtake the number 1 spot, because I think the Patriots own the tiebreaker.
Okay.
But, yeah, still a very good game.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. This is another big one from today. Pretty sad. Happy for some people, but sad for others. Chargers beat the Chiefs 16-13 in Arrowhead. Patrick Mahomes exits the game late with a I guess it was contact, but the injury itself looked non-contact to his knee. There's a good chance he's done for the rest of the year. I mean, we witnessed the collapse of the Kansas City Chiefs live on television today. So what did you take away from this one?
Yeah, very slow game. And all I'm sitting there thinking the whole time is the conversation we've already had, that Andy Reid needs to move on. The play calling is horrendous, and he's still trying to run the same things he was running years ago. And it's just like Mahomes trying doing everything he can to keep things going, but it's just, it's dead. It's dead.
Yeah.
And then as far as the Chargers go, this is a tough defense, but it's not that crazy. But they struggled,
it's pretty soft.
Yeah, they struggled. You get Amarion and Kamani combining for 27 carries and only 90 yards. Herbert comes out with 19 completions for 210 yards, a touchdown, an interception. Yep. They were struggling, and I'm not really sure what was the problem. I didn't get to see much of this game. But yeah, I don't know, man. I just didn't look like they were really, getting any drives going. There was really no rhythm. And that's the one thing I know has been missing from that first half of games, or first 5 games from the Chargers. They were so much like consistency and rhythm, and Herbert was controlling the game, and it looked like butter for him. Like he was tearing everybody up. But now, like later here in the year,
a 60-yarder to put Indy up by 1.
Whew.
That's crazy.
Wow. But yeah, it just looks like Herbert is just out of sync, out of rhythm, and it looks like he doesn't know where he's going. He's holding on to the ball long. I'm not really sure what's going on. How are you feeling about the Chargers overall?
Yeah, I just think it's the offensive line struggles. I mean, Herbert's
Yeah.
getting smacked every play, whether he gets sacked or not. He's just getting beat up back there, so that disrupts the rhythm. They also have so many guys on the field. It doesn't feel like they ever get any players in a consistent rhythm, which may be a function of the offense. But I still like the Chargers. I feel like they've been playing a lot more consistent the last couple games. I mean, this is a big win against the Chiefs. Who did they play last week? It was a pretty good win. They played the Eagles last week and beat them.
Right.
Beat the Steelers back in week 10, something like that. So I think that the Chargers have been playing a lot better and a lot more consistently. But yeah, I still think that they're going to be hindered for the rest of the season because of the lack of weapons or lack of help they have on the O-line.
Yeah. And Herbert has been playing through injury. So I wonder if that's holding him back at all. But I will give props that the Chargers secondary is a very underrated secondary. These guys are doing a really good job of shutting down receivers and slowing down offenses. It's really impressive. I don't think anyone's talking about them.
No, their secondary is legit. Their secondary is so good. I love it. But yeah, on the Chiefs side, man, it's like you said, the play calling, whether it's Andy Reid or Matt Nagy, they're just too conservative. They keep the ball way too close to the line. They're not playing their best players. This whole Rashee Rice experiment has been, I'd say, a bust, man. Like, he's been good in games against bad teams, but when he plays against good teams, they can't scheme anything up to get him open. And they got some of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and they still can't scheme things open. And I know plenty of offensive coordinators in the NFL that would, do crazy amounts of damage with the players they have on this offense. And so I think they need to clean house. I don't know. Yeah, I think you do probably got to fire Reid. We've seen this happen with Reid before. It's a big risk, but if they continue like this, I mean, we've seen it with Mike Tomlin in Pittsburgh. To continue in this mediocrity due to a coach that's kind of stuck in their own ways, you're always going to be limited in your ceiling. It's probably better to just go try and find another coach at this point. And I think with the coaches coming out, there are so many coaches that would want this Kansas City job. They could probably have their pick of the litter. Because the other coaching jobs are going to be like Las Vegas. I'm trying to think who else. Tennessee. I mean, maybe Cleveland. Like all these bottom feeder teams. It's like, I wouldn't want any part of that.
It's insane.
A coaching candidate. So, but yeah, sad to see, man. Sad to see the Colts or the Chiefs collapse like this. But it was bound to happen at some point. And, we'll see what the future holds for them. But, their season is effectively done. And we'll probably be seeing some Gardner Minshew games. So tough luck to all you guys with Rashee Rice in your fantasy lineups for the playoffs. And tough luck to me, who on almost every team has Mahomes as the starting quarterback. So ripping pieces.
Yeah, not good.
All right, let's move on. Baltimore travels to Cincinnati and blanks the Bengals 24-0. Joe Burrow had a really down game. This comes on the tail end of him talking to the media this week about keeping football fun and, needing it to be fun to even stay interested and different things like that. It was very much like an Andrew Luck moment. Jason Myers, ice in his veins.
Wow, that's
Seattle,
crazy.
Up by 3 with 18 seconds left. Old man Rivers going to have to bring back the magic, baby.
They got 3 timeouts, man. He's been here
TOs,
before.
Baby.
He's been here before.
Hit a 60-yarder, so they don't need to go that far.
Ain't nothing new, man. Ain't nothing new.
That's crazy. But yeah, so Ravens finally do something worthwhile. But what did you see in this one, Caleb?
This was a deadbeat game. This was depressing, honestly.
Yeah.
Even though the Ravens put up 24 points, it wasn't a pretty 24 points.
Mahomes diagnosed with an ACL. This just in from Adam Schefter. So that puts his season at jeopardy starting this upcoming year. I mean,
absolutely.
This is so late in the game.
Depending on how bad it is, he couldn't come back till like maybe mid to late next season.
Wow, man. Wow.
I mean, look at Brandon Ayuk. We haven't seen Brandon Ayuk at all. He tore his like middle of last season.
Just put a bullet to my head. Take me out back and put me down like the dog I am, because all my fantasy teams are now toast.
That's
depressing. Pollard scored today. Ah!
If only RJ could score one. RJ scores. RJ scores. Yes.
Oh,
love it.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Love it. There was like 2 plays in this entire game. Besides a couple of Jamar Chase plays that were cool, but 2 main plays that were cool. The 28-yard pass from Lamar to Zay Flowers for the touchdown in the end zone. Beautiful pass. Great stuff. And the pick 6, the big boy picked it and then was too slow to make it downfield, so he lateraled it to the quicker guy, and he took it all the way back. That was pretty sick. Other than that, man, this game just bummed me out, honestly. Wow. Saints might be making a move, man.
Where's Kendrick?
Where's Kendrick? Hold on. Old man Phil.
All right, old man Rivers.
Threw a pick.
Pain. Shuck driving. Said Saints and Panthers are tied up. 17-17, 20-something seconds left. They just called timeout. 24 seconds. They're well within, range to win this game. Seahawks are going to beat the Colts. That's crazy. But you were saying on the Ravens-Bengals.
Anyways, this was just it. This game bummed me out, honestly. The Ravens just have not returned to form since Lamar got hurt. We've already kind of covered that before. I think there's still some lingering things, some play calling that's not very effective. And then as far as Cincinnati goes, man, like, it's the same thing. Like, this has been the same team for the past 5 years. It's a trash O-line, a trash defense, and Joe Burrow is doing everything he can to keep things from falling apart. And Zach Taylor is a
y'all killing me, man. Y'all killing me,
knucklehead. He's a knucklehead.
Let me say this real quick, because you were complaining about this, and they gave it to you. Derrick Henry had 11 carries, but Keaton Mitchell had 8 carries. Keaton Mitchell had 66 yards on 8 carries. And Derrick Henry had 100 yards on 11. So they both averaged, like, Keaton was averaging 8.3. Derrick was averaging 9.1. That's playoff football right there, baby.
And this is the worst defense in the league. So I was hoping one of them would do something. Derrick Henry ripped off his long one too, so I think that kind of threw his stats off because, the plays I watched, the king is done. The king is dead. He's dead.
Dead.
He's dead. And the Lions
dead
are on the goal line. Please run it in. Really need them to run this in. He got it. Let's go.
Not a Montgomery touchdown.
Yeah, I like it. Keep it out of Jared Goff's hands.
Well, that's true. Yeah, Jared Goff is spanking me right now. My father-in-law's hitting me with some Jared Goff right now. It's not good.
Yeah, man. I hope Cincinnati figures this out. This is one of my favorite teams to watch in the league. Even as a Pittsburgh fan, I love Joe Burrow. I love Jamar Chase. I love T. Higgins. But it's a super exciting team. But something needs to change, and something's got to change quick. Because, Jordan Love just threw a pick by Riley Moss. God. Oh, I'm pissed.
That was a penalty. I'm convinced.
Why did everybody stop? Nobody even tried to tackle him.
Did they give him the touchdown?
I don't know. And nobody even tried to tackle him after he picked it. Maybe they said he was tackled. He might have went down.
Broncos suck too, but Packers suck.
Both those teams are trash.
All right, let's move on. We've lingered on this Bengals Ravens game.
Well, we keep bouncing between the live games and this game. So.
I just both teams I don't think are good, and a lot of things need to change. Needs to start with a head coaching firing over there in Cincinnati. But stay with an AFC North team. Cleveland Browns 3, Chicago Bears 31. Bears win. Okay, hold on. Timeout.
Tyler Shuck got rocked. Late hit. He slid and he got rocked.
Tyler Shuck, my dog. He's a dog.
Nobody. He's hurt. That's a late hit.
Hey, you can't do that. Yeah, Tyler Shuck, man. That's going to put him in field goal range, and the Saints are going to beat the Panthers.
That's rough.
Crazy. Or they'll go to OT, which I'm fine with that too. All right, we got to finish this game before 7:30.
Yeah.
So Browns take on the Bears. Bears win 31-3. This wasn't much of a matchup. Caleb Williams actually looked much better today. No picks against pretty good defense. He threw 2 touchdowns, and one of them was just beautiful. A dot to DJ Moore in the back of the end zone while he was fading right. So good for them. But the big thing for me, Luther Burden, breakout, baby. 6 catches, 84 yards. This man looked electric with the ball in his hands.
And then he gets hurt. Gosh, man. I feel like every time he starts heating up, injury happens.
I know.
Oh, it's freaking frustrating.
It's so bad.
Luther Burden is the best receiver in Chicago.
Yes. And this is going to be 100% true next year. He's going to be a great pick in fantasy drafts because most people aren't going to think that. They're going to look at his stat lines from last year and go, but yeah, people are waking up to Luther Burden. I want to speak quickly on the Shedeur Sanders stuff because last year, I had to give him props because he scored a lot of points in fantasy football. He threw for 300-something yards, whatever. And we talked about this on Thursday, that 260 of those yards were due to yard after the catch runs by the receivers. And that was due to regress. And here we are in this one. Shaduki, 18 of 35, 177 yards, 3 picks. I will say he threw a few really nice deep balls, but I think that teams are leaving the deep part of the field open for him because they want him to throw the ball. They want him to make mistakes. They're baiting him into it. And so Shedeur, I think he's better than Gabriel? Yes, because it's the same thing as the Shuck versus Spencer Rattler thing. Rattler's way too conservative. Shuck's willing to throw it down the field. Shedeur is willing to throw it down the field. Dylan Gabriel never did. But I don't think he's him, or I don't think, bust down my AP, perfect time. And it's not time. Time is not now.
No.
But anyway, Cabes, what did you see in this game?
I think you said it all. And I think something you also were kind of hitting on last week that you're not very big on Quinshon Judkins. And this definitely came to fruition this week with only 20 yards off 12 carries. But also, I think like you were saying, teams want Shedeur to pass the ball. And I think a lot of teams are pressing the line to try to shut down the run to force Shedeur to throw the ball as well. So it's definitely not in Shedeur's favor or in Quinshon's favor. And the one other thing I'll say is that Caleb Williams throw to the back of the end zone to DJ Moore, I disagree. I thought that was a stupid throw to make. It worked out, obviously, and went through a defender's hands, and went to DJ Moore. I thought that was a really, really stupid throw to make by him. It's call me old man, but it's unrealistic. You're only going to make that throw like 1 out of 1,000 times, and it worked out this time. Obviously, it's super lucky, honestly. But this is what Caleb tried to do last week. The game was on the line. It's 4th down, and instead of taking the check down to get the first down, he took the deep ball to Colston and threw a pick and lost the game for him. Obviously, this game doesn't matter because they're already winning by a lot more. But this is the thing that irritates me with Caleb is that when he's on the run and he feels like he's got to play hero ball and he's got to force it down the field. But yeah, that's just how I'm feeling about him.
I disagree. And that's fine. Everybody's got their different opinions, but that throw he missed last week wasn't, he threw the pick, obviously, but he threw it too late. That was the problem.
Yeah.
He did have Loveland open underneath, but Kmet was open out of his break, and he needs to make that throw before Kmet's breaking. He needs to trust his guys. He needs to, trust the timing they work on in practice and throw him the ball. He threw it too late and let the defender make a play on the ball. This one, I mean, he just rocketed it in there. Like, I'm never going to be mad about my quarterback chucking the ball like that. Even if you do throw some picks, like I'm willing to take the risk on some picks than just never always checking it down. That's the problem with the NFL right now.
Yeah.
Everybody's just checking the ball down, and we need some of these passers to throw the ball down the field and take some chances, So
of course,
I agree it is lucky in some ways, but the position of quarterback, I mean, if you were to interview Tom Brady and Peyton Manning and ask them how many passes they threw that they felt were risky, they'd probably say 30-40%,
yeah,
because you have to,
sure.
especially in tough games. So yeah. All right, it's 7:30. We're done talking about this one. Bears are good. They're going to be a kind of dangerous team in the playoffs. We're going to go ahead and talk about this Sunday night game. The Vikings taking on the Cowboys in Dallas. But to do that, we got to bring on our main man, Mr. Alex Gast. What's up, Alex?
Hey, guys.
How you
Alex.
doing?
Good. I do want to say, Cam, if you don't want quarterbacks throwing the ball and check downs and you want them throwing it downfield, then you guys can take JJ next year, because that's where he gets all the picks. Over the middle, rocket balls. You can take him on the Steelers.
See, it's painful. There's a balance. There's the quarterback position is like a dance. Sometimes you go left, sometimes you go right, sometimes you go short, sometimes you go deep. You have to know how to mix it up well, and that's how the greats played. I mean, Tom Brady was like that. Tom Brady was the king of the checkdowns, but he didn't only throw checkdowns, and that's why he was dangerous, because he could throw the ball 20 yards down the middle of the field after checking it down 5 times in a row. I feel like these young guys just get stuck into one way of playing. But I do not want JJ McCarthy. But Carson Wentz might interest me. But I'm sure you wouldn't be happy about that either.
I'll take a Daniel Jones at this point with a broken Achilles. Yeah,
that's right.
That's harsh. That's brutal.
Troy's in the house. Troy says hi all. What's up, Troy? Disappointing game from today from the Giants, but still lots of promise for next year, and that's what we're looking forward to. Alex, first thing I got to ask you, man, how's your fan feed playoff matchup going? You're in the first round, right?
Yeah, I think pretty good right now.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. I had to start Kenneth Gainwell was the only thing I was kind of iffy on.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how you feel about that as a Jalen Warren, Kenneth Gainwell share team, but I'm hoping a little more of the share is Gainwell. But
if there's one thing I can always trust in Arthur Smith is he's always going to play the lesser talent. So yeah, Kenneth Gainwell I think is a great play.
That's true. That's true. Devontae Adams did just go down, so that kind of hurts. But I think he got me enough points before that. So
yeah. Dude, a lot of painful injuries today. Lost Mahomes, lost Adams, and a lot of these towards the end of the game, it's just like, why is fantasy football so painful? We've got Kyle Pitts scoring 50 points, and then we've got these stud players going down with injuries at the end of the game, ruining our chances for next week. But anyway, I digress. We're going to talk about this Vikings-Cowboys game. So first I want to start out, because it's been a while since you've been here. How are things going? How are you feeling about your quarterback situation? This is always the hot topic with Vikings fans.
Yeah, so I wrote an article in week 14 about JJ, and I'm done with McCarthy. I personally want him out. And I think before the season, I was even looking at the roster and I was like, man, we do not have great insurance for this guy if something goes wrong. And I think that's what the frustration is with fans more so right now, is not this was the only guy we're betting on and he stinks. This is the only guy we're betting on at quarterback. And this always had a chance of happening just because of the lack of reps he's had. And there was absolutely no backup plan. And so I think that's what frustrates so many people. And it might cost Kwesi his job. I don't know.
Right.
That's yet to be seen. I think this next draft is kind of make or break for him. or if he trades for Joe Burrow. That's been going around a lot, and I
really
give that an upvote, a thumbs up. Yes, that has been going around Vikings Twitter. I think we're leading in the odds to get him on BetMGM, like the day after he had that bad press conference.
No
the
way.
odds came out,
Man,
and we are leading to get him. So I will take
Jamar
that
be pissed.
Sure. Yeah, no kidding.
Sorry, my dad's calling
me.
Yeah, that's wild. I didn't even
Since he
think
would
that he
trade
be
Joe.
potentially available. I just unless they fire Zach Taylor and like clean house in Cincy, I just don't understand why they would ever trade him. Especially after making this full commitment to the Trinity, Joe Burrow, T, and Jamar. But that would be sick to see Joe Burrow over there in Minnesota. And then just,
tear it up.
See if you can add Jamar Chase onto that deal and just bring back that LSU offense. Dangerous. How many draft picks do the Vikings have for this 2026 draft?
I'm not sure on the exact number. I'm picking every round, minus the fifth rounder, I think, one. Other than that, we've got everything else. So not terrible.
You do have everything. Okay, because I knew last year that you had, 4 picks? 4 or 5?
Yeah, I think we started with 4 and ended up with like 6. But yeah, still not great.
Okay. All right, so you kind of alluded to this briefly, but talking about plan for next year with JJ, like it sounds like you're done. If we're done with JJ, like where do we go? Like what's our plan?
Yeah, there's been a lot of stuff being tossed around, like Vikings Twitter, like NFL Insiders Twitter, just ideas people have in general. Obviously, I mentioned the Daniel Jones one. That's one where it's like hey, like no stress, rehab your injury because you might have just unfortunately lost like a big contract with the Colts because of that injury. So take your time, get back. Once you eventually get back, like mid-season, like there's finally some pressure on McCarthy. Mac Jones is another one that's been floated a lot. I like that one because he's definitely a guy that we can see succeed in the Vikings offense. I mean, it's a very similar situation to Sam Darnold where it's, kind of high pick, ends up in a bad situation on a bad team, goes to be a backup, shines as a backup, comes into the team. Like that'd be a really good situation for him. Yeah, it just can't be McCarthy. Obviously Burrow is my preferred option, but with the lack of cap space, and the amount of future picks that we'd have to give up, it'd be kind of crazy. So I think Mac Jones would be the safest option.
Yeah, I definitely like Mac Jones a lot. I think he'd be my guy that I'd be like realistically wanting to pursue if Burrow's off the table. And I like the idea too for McCarthy because he's young. What is he, 22?
Yes, he is 22. Yep.
He's very young. So I think we've seen this with a lot of rookie quarterbacks, and I think we've seen the issue coming into the NFL is that a lot of these rookie quarterbacks are not equipped for the NFL game. Obviously, you have Jaden Daniels break out in a big way last year, but he fades off really fast year 2. I mean, there's injuries, but his play wasn't as good. CJ Stroud, same thing. We've had some good quarterbacks, but we've had a lot more bad quarterbacks. And so there's a big problem in the NFL with training up these guys. And I wonder if JJ just needs to sit back and sit on the bench for some time and learn from a guy like Mac Jones. Isn't that crazy that we're saying that in 2025, the year of our Lord, that our rookie quarterback needs to sit behind Mac Jones and learn? But it's real, like I just, I don't know. It's so bad for the Vikings. They put a huge commitment, or they put a lot of trust in this JJ thing working, and I'm sad to see it happen. How safe is Kevin O'Connell's job?
I mean, it's a guy coming off reigning coach of the year last year, so I think he's pretty safe. I would say his play calling duties on offense might be done because that's been a complaint that's been lodged a couple of times this year. And even like some of the games you could see it, like I think it was maybe the Ravens game where we had like a 3rd and 1 easy, like run the ball, do something. We were averaging 5 yards a carry, and he draws up a 1-on-1 for Jefferson downfield for like a 50-yard route to the touchdown that gets picked off into the end zone. So something like that just can't happen. Same play call duties get handed over.
Yeah. All right, last question, just specifically on the Vikings before we talk about this game. Justin Jefferson's been obviously the kind of odd man out here. He's, wanting more targets, wanting more work, and you don't really have to throw him a perfect ball because he's Justin Jefferson. But he's just not been able to do anything these past couple weeks, and I'm sure he's getting frustrated. Is there any chance that he's wanting to get out of Minnesota next year? Is the quarterback thing like a necessity to keep him there? Like, tell me what's going on in the Minnesota streets.
Yeah, I hear from all the outside noise around the NFL, like, oh, this guy should get out of here. Like, this guy's got to be frustrated. Right. And you hear from him, like, hey, I'd rather win and not get the ball than lose and not get the ball. I think that was his quote against the Commanders. I think he loves KOC as a coach because he's got a scheme that gets him the ball so many times. Even when McCarthy, Jefferson's always the first option. He should be. So I don't think he's that upset with that. And we've talked about with the Vikings in general, it looks like the only piece missing with this team this year was the quarterback. Obviously, you had a bunch of offensive line injuries, but I think they're definitely going to do something this offseason to at least put pressure on McCarthy because Kwesi's job is probably on the line. That I think Jefferson's going to have a big rebound next season. And he's been in double and triple coverage every game still. So it's just it's hard for a guy like that to get open, even him. So
Right. Yeah. Man, sad vibes. All right, let's talk about this Cowboys game tonight. The Cowboys been red hot on offense. Defense is perking up at the right time. They made some trades at the deadlines. They have a much better defense, at least in the run game. Still Swiss cheese in the pass game. So this projects as a potentially very good J.J. McCarthy game. And J.J. had a great game last week against I'm blanking. Who did they play last week?
The Commanders last week.
The Commanders. And that's probably the second worst pass defense in the league. But I want to hear from you. What do you think the Vikings need to do in this game? And which players do you think need to have big games for the Vikings to win this?
Yeah, so, pass defense, exposing their pass defense. This season is yet to do that. Even when he has a good game against Commanders, it's 3 touchdowns, 160 yards, I think. He just can't get over that 200-yard hump. And I don't know why, because that's something that happens with NFL quarterbacks all the time. That's a college stat line. And I'm not a huge the stats are telling the story guy, but in this case, the stats are telling the story here. This guy needs to start ramping up his deeper throws, maybe. I don't know, something like that. A lot of his out routes are what get intercepted too. So I would say less of those, and more just more 50-50 balls to a guy you trust, like Jefferson, that are, not easily interceptable. And then another guy I really want to see produce tonight is Ty Felton. So we took him in the 3rd round. And
Maryland.
Addison was limited in practice this week. He had something going on with his Achilles. He'll be back. But this is a golden opportunity for Ty Felton to get more reps, right? He's been a special teams dominant guy this season. And for somebody you take with a 3rd round pick, that's just not something you want to see.
Right.
So I would say him having a big game. And Dallas Turner's coming on at the perfect time on defense. He's finally starting to pay off.
Right.
So I think seeing maybe a sack and a half from him tonight would be really reassuring.
Yeah, definitely. Cabes, I want you to talk about the Cowboys real quick and how they've been doing and who needs to have big games here against the Vikings in this one to beat the Vikings.
Lord, man, it kind of just seems like the Cowboys have one main motive, and that's just to sling it as much as they can. But it. I think Brian Flores already knows what's going on. I think Dak leads the league in passing yards right now.
Yeah,
is that right? Yeah. So he's been killing it. This Vikings defense is very scary, though. Their scheming is just off the charts, man. They have shut down some of the best offenses in the league. So this is going to be tough. So I do see Dallas leaning more on Javonte tonight. And honestly, I really wouldn't hate it if they got Malik Davis involved a little bit more too. Kind of hit him with a 1-2 punch. Malik's been looking really solid lately. So I think just old style of football of just using your big boys, the backs, the tight end, Jake Ferguson, and just fighting in the line. I think on defense, obviously just get pressure to JJ, man. Just get him uncomfortable, get him out of the pocket. We already know that he has happy feet, and that he can make some bad decisions when he's flustered. So I really think just getting to him, forcing him to make bad plays, is the biggest thing for Dallas.
Totally. All right, so let's go. Let's talk our predictions for this game, score predictions, and who we think is going to win. Alex, I'm going to start with you.
Yeah, I mean, we got mathematically eliminated from playoff contention today, but I still got to believe in my guys because I just don't think KOC and this team is the type of team to give up. So I'm going to go 24-21 us. I think,
love it.
That Cowboys offense is good enough that we're not going to slow them down completely, but enough to kind of squeak out a win here, especially if we go more heavy on running in the offense like we did last week when we simplified it, I guess, for McCarthy. I think that'll help us win big for sure, and it'll be close, but we'll get the win.
I love it. I love the conviction. As a Steelers fan, I just hate predicting scores for them, and predicting them to win is also, that's probably second worst. Cabes, what's your final score prediction in this one?
I think I'm going to lean Dallas, and I think it is going to be close, though. I'm going to go 2019. I think it's going to be a 1-point game, man. I think it's going to be close.
Yeah. All right, so because I didn't talk much on the game in general, this Cowboys defense is Swiss cheese. So if JJ can't do it here, then it's truly done. I think JJ has a good opportunity to be efficient, but they don't need to put it all on his shoulders. So I think they need to get the backs involved. Specifically, getting Aaron Jones in the passing game involved gives JJ another outlet for when he's feeling pressure, that he can get those easy checkdowns too. Look at that, checkdowns. And then on Dallas side, they've got to make turnovers in this game, and they haven't been very good at that this year, which it's been one of their calling cards with Deron Bland and Trayvon Diggs. This feels like the game that's going to happen. Personally, I think that there's going to be a pick six on one of those out routes that Alex referred to earlier. We've seen it so many times in Dallas where those guys jump those out routes. But I think it'll be a good game. I do see the Cowboys winning this one. I just think they're playing better as a team, and I think the Vikings aren't going to lay down, but they, like Alex said, they don't really have much that they're playing for today. So really, they're just playing for their egos, and I think Dallas wins this one. So I'm going to say Dallas wins 27-13 in this game. So sorry, Alex.
Not even a close one. That's
no.
tough.
No, dude, I'm down on JJ, man. I was down on JJ before. I felt like everybody was kind of just penciling him in as like QB1, like Sam Darnold's gone, but just think of what JJ can be. And I was like, that feels scary. I've seen people do that before a lot, and it doesn't work that way perfectly all the time. But anyway, Alex, thanks for being on tonight, man. Go enjoy the game, and we'll catch up with you here soon.
Appreciate it, guys. Thanks for having me.
Take it easy, Alex.
We'll see you. All right, Caves. We got just a couple more games. We're going to rapid fire these ones. So all the 4:00 games have now finished. First one we'll hit is 49ers Titans. 49ers win 37-24. Pretty much what we expected. I will tell you, I've seen the Titans get a little more. They've been a little more fun to watch. They've been putting up more points. Cam Ward threw 2 touchdowns in this game, and Tony Pollard had another 100-yard game. Now I know the 49ers defense is really banged up, but what did you see in this one?
Yeah, just like you said, Titans are keeping it competitive, which you got to love to see. And the tight end Gunnar Helm, man, his name keeps popping up in the box score. 23-year-old rookie, so
Yeah,
it's weird because I really like
Chick.
I like Chig a lot, so that's tough. But yeah, I like what Cam Ward's doing. He's been getting a little more efficient. He's been not having any turnovers lately. So good stuff for him. This is kind of like you said. This is kind of what I saw coming. I know Christian McCaffrey was dealing with some injuries this week, so I really thought that they were just going to let Brock just sling it today, and just go up quick and then just work the clock at that point. And I mean they kind of did it, but I think they were a little surprised by what Tennessee had to offer as well. But yeah, overall, 49ers are just such a well-coached team, and they definitely can beat anyone in playoffs any given day. So they're going to be fun to watch, especially as they are getting some of their offensive pieces back into play. I see Ricky Pearsall actually did something today too. Go Rick.
Ricky.
Rick.
Yeah, Ricky Pearsall had a great game today. Yeah, this is going to be concerning for fantasy owners of McCaffrey now that they have the full complement of receivers between Pearsall, Juwan Jennings, Kittle. I don't think that Ayuk's coming back this year, but this is now their new full complement of receivers. And we see McCaffrey only with one reception today. It's probably also game script. Titans, they just were beating the Titans early on. So I wouldn't be like crazy concerned. Like this isn't like, oh, bench him, but it just might affect his ceiling. But yeah, 49ers just keep rolling. And the Titans, man, I'm excited for them because I'm excited to see Cam Ward develop. He's had a brutal start to his career in this trash Tennessee team. And it seems like he's starting to kind of figure it out some over these last couple of games. And that's really impressing me. Looking forward to next year for Cam. Troy said the Colts look good today. So let's talk about the Colts. So we had Old Man Rivers playing. Where's that Colts game? Why can't I find it? Hold on. Sorry. Trying to pull up the box score. There it is. Colts without a quarterback, without Daniel Jones, they go and sign Phillip Rivers, Old Man Rivers. He starts his first game in 5 years. He goes 18 of 27 for 120 yards, a touchdown, and a pick at the end of the game. They really just ran the crap out of Jonathan Taylor. 25 carries, 87 yards. Seahawks win this one on a last-second field goal, 18-16. But what did you see in this one, Caleb?
This is a little alarming and disappointing if I'm a Seattle fan. This is really a team I thought was going to come in and tear up Indianapolis and their defense. But it looks like they're just not completing drives. And again, we were talking about this back 5 to 8 weeks ago, that they have never been able to get their run game solidified. It's still Kenneth Walker and Sharp, splitting the carries, and neither one of them have really looked efficient, honestly. Kenneth Walker averaged 1.9 yards and Sharp averaging 31 yards. That's horrible, dude. That's rough. That's really rough. And I think that is starting to catch up, honestly, to the passing game. Obviously, Darnold and JSN have been on a streak, tearing it up, but we have seen a little bit of a decline here lately. Obviously, they've been playing some better defenses. But I don't know, man. We've also kind of been seeing Rashid get involved the past 2 weeks as well. Before it was
that's been huge for the offense.
That's been huge, yeah. But I think that's just going to show now that defense are honing in on this JSN and Sam Darnold connection. Obviously, JSN is so good. Yeah, JSN's so good.
Catches 113 yards.
Right, exactly. I don't know. I know we were pretty high in the Seattle, mid-season, how good they were looking, but I am a little worried about them going into playoffs. I'm just not sure their offense has enough tricks to pull out of the hat to beat better defenses and teams, especially knowing what they have going for them. On the other side of things, defense is phenomenal. But go ahead.
Yeah, let me say this, because this is one where the box score can be very deceiving in my mind. Seahawks score 18 points, so that they had 6 field goals today. And what that tells me is that this Colts defense came to play in a big way. Even the stat lines for the receivers and with Darnold, I think the pass game is fine. Like, actually, probably better. It just doesn't look good because they didn't score touchdowns. But Darnold, no picks, threw for 270 yards. And Jigba had over 100 yards. Rashid Shaheed had 75. Cooper Kupp almost 50. So they spread the ball out. They couldn't run the ball. That's a big deal. And so I think what happened was, and you see this happen a lot of times with teams who lose their quarterbacks. Somehow these teams, their defenses, and they just get inspired, and they can win with bad quarterbacks and shock the world. And that's what it feels like. This defense felt like it probably was very bend but don't break, and stopping them on lots of third downs because the Seahawks couldn't run the ball. So I still think it's scary for the Seahawks, like you said, to only win this game by 2 points against a defense that we were saying was Swiss cheese, but I don't want to underrate the fact that the Colts defense is actually very good. They've got a great front seven. It's just their secondary that's really bad. And they came to play, they stopped the run, and they were bend, don't break. It reminds me of old Steelers defenses. We used to play with old trash cans of DBs, but our front seven was so elite that teams were not able to convert on third down. So, but yeah, big game here for the Seahawks to at least come out with a win to keep them at 11-3. I think they play the Rams next week or the week after. So that's going to be the big one for them. They couldn't afford to lose this. And for the Colts, I would say this is very inspiring because you bring 44-year-old Phillip Rivers in off the street, and you barely lose this game. That to me feels very exciting if you're a Colts fan. That your hopes aren't dead and that the team is doing everything they can to continue to let this season be magical for them.
For sure.
So let's move on to the next one. Who do we got? Let's do the Saints-Panthers game. So good, man. So good. Saints, pull it out. I called it, baby. I called it. Y'all were all going Panthers, and I told you Trey's terrible at picking Panthers games. He's so bad. It's so fun. It's not his fault. It's like literally just luck. But, man, he's always wrong. It's so funny. I mean, Panthers just feel like such a fraudulent team. And now they're 7-7. They just gave away that lead they had at the top of the division. But the Saints, man, I'm telling you, dude, if we could re-roll the season and start with Tyler Shuck, I mean, they might have been close to like competing for the division, dude.
Come on, bro.
Tyler Shuck, 24 of 32, 272 yards and a touchdown. No picks against this Panthers defense that has been picking off everybody. Everybody, JC Horn and all them guys. No run game to speak of because Devin Neal left early. And man, I don't know. What do you got to say, Caves?
I mean, yeah, man. Both these teams are very similar to me. They're both very technical teams, and both some of the best coach teams, honestly, in the league, and up and coming, honestly. So I was very excited for this game, and it definitely did not disappoint. But yeah, the Panthers are they're so hit or miss, man. They draw up these schemes and these ideas for these really good teams, and they execute so well and so thoroughly. Then they play teams like this, and it kind of looks like they just winged it, like didn't really know what to expect, just went in, just said, screw it, whatever happens, happens. And man, Saints, man, they're just so fun to watch.
So good,
and Shug is
just for the future.
They are. Shug is so good for this offense, and it fits perfectly in the scheme, man. And he's, man, he looks better and better every single game he plays. He really does. Every single game. Stats or no stats, it's really, you have to watch the game to really see what's going on and see it for yourself instead of just reading the box score afterwards. But yeah, I mean, both teams are exciting. Obviously, Carolina. I hope Carolina stays good because I'm going to see them play live in a couple weeks. So that would keep it interesting.
Here's my biggest gripe with Carolina is that the best coach in the NFL told you what he was most afraid of on your offense. It was Teteroa McMillan. He was basically like, this guy's going to be a stud in the league. They doubled him when they played when the Panthers played the Rams, and they were blanketing him. And obviously the Panthers beat the Rams in that game, but Sean McVay was committed to not getting beat by this guy specifically. And this is where these smart coaches can get a little too smart for themselves. Is like, oh, they're going to be keying in on my best receiver, so let me throw the ball to these other guys. Let me get Jalen Coker involved and Xavier Legette involved, and like, that's fine and dandy. But man, you got a guy like Teteroa McMillan, man. You drafted him in the first round, top 10 if I'm not mistaken. I think it was the 8th pick in the draft,
8th or 9th.
8 or 9.
You're right.
Yep. And you're going to give him 4 targets in a divisional game where you're trying to win your division. And I know the Saints defense is underrated, but it baffles me that they don't scheme up more stuff for this guy. And that to me is a fireable offense. And I think Dave Canales, as fun as he is, and I don't think that all the issues are on him, but as fun as he is, I think his job is on the line right now. Because if the Panthers don't make the playoffs, they're a good enough team to make the playoffs. And I think that with better coaching, they'd probably be a shoe-in. But anyway, that's just me.
No, I agree. They really want to take this run-heavy approach again today. And the backs were not as efficient as they were as early in the season. But he keeps force feed. I'm pretty sure there was a good amount more rush attempts than Bryce had pass attempts today. And it almost reminds me of they're trying to replicate this Ben Johnson offense and want to keep the ball out of Bryce's hands maybe for a reason, but they're just nowhere as near as efficient as Ben Johnson and the Bears. So really it's just these long, slow, drawn out drives. But Bryce has shown up when he needs to show up. He can make plays happen. So they really need to figure out Carolina.
His touchdown throw today was beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful. Bryce is at a crossroads, honestly, where if a coach can really crack him and mold him a little bit better, he could have a very similar career to Baker Mayfield. A smaller quarterback, but has a ton of passion, a ton of grit, and a big arm. He doesn't throw a very hard ball, I guess you could say. It takes a while to get there, but you can work with that. So I don't know. I think if they can really work towards getting an efficient run offense, but also keeping Bryce Young consistent at the same time and letting him have his pass volume, that would unlock so many things in this offense, and it would be beautiful.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. We got Packers took on the Broncos today in Denver. Denver won. So Denver is now atop the AFC. They are 12-2, 7-0 at home. Bo Nix throws for 300 yards, 4 touchdowns, takes no sacks, throws no interceptions. Man, that's crazy against a defense that is supposedly a good defense. I have my qualms with that. I think they are pretty overrated defense. They suck at creating turnovers. They are dead last in creating turnovers. And they've got a great pass rush, and they couldn't get to Bo Nix today. That's a big deal. So props to Bo Nix. I know I dump on him a lot, but this is a big game for Bo, and definitely scary going into the postseason. What do you have to say here?
You recognize any names in the box score, specifically receivers for Denver?
Lil Jordan,
LJH.
Hey, bro, I'll tell you what. I can't do this no more. I just can't do this no more. Everybody's sleeping on him.
I can't do this. He's just getting bounced between New York and Denver at this point. It's hilarious. Pat Bryant went out and they said, "Hey, call him."
Call the boy, Lil Jordan.
Call LJ. Bo Nix came in and got it done. That's really the whole crux of the story. I don't think Green Bay looked horrible, but they kind of have just had the same offense and the same identity all throughout the year. And these weird splash plays that keep like carrying them somehow in games. It doesn't make sense to me. Green Bay has some weird voodoo magic going on that keeps them in games and keeps them looking decent. Because like when you watch them play, it's like, how is this team like competitive at all? How are they competitive? I think oh my gosh, Matt LaFleur, is that his name? Why am I blanking?
Matt LaFleur.
Yeah, I think he sold his soul or something because it doesn't make sense to me how this team stays consistent. Because every game I watch, I'm like, who are these guys?
Yeah,
it's just it's weird to me. But yeah, shout out Trey. I know you're happy. That's a big win. Good stuff.
Yeah. I mean, shout out to the Broncos, man. This is a great game for them. Even RJ Harvey, I know he only got 65 yards, but that's big for him. And a touchdown. That's good for the offense.
That's big for the little guy.
It's big for the little guy. And then good for like Cortland Sutton, Troy Franklin. Like they both still got it. On the Green Bay side, you start hitting on it. I'm going to hit it probably a little harder. Matt LaFleur sucks, man. This offense is so stupid. They're so dumb. I would not know what to do with myself if I was a Packers fan. Like Matthew Golden has been non-existent for the last like multiple weeks, which is just absolutely moronic. And then this game, like he's the leading receiver yardage wise with 55, tied with Jaden Reed, which love Jaden Reed. We're big Jaden Reed guys over here. But it's still the same freaking thing every single week. It's a bunch of wide receiver twos. These guys are getting 4 targets apiece. They're not even getting like a 10% target share in this offense. Actually, they did get a 10% target share, but 10% is terrible. 10% is terrible.
Yeah.
And so then you got old man Josh Jacobs, which, I mean, this game wouldn't have even been close if Josh Jacobs didn't all of a sudden turn into Randy Moss and catch that touchdown pass. That was an insane catch. Shout out to Josh Jacobs. Great catch from him. But yeah, I just think this team is so fraudulent. They're such a easy like first round exit team. And yeah, I mean, this was billed as a big game. But once again, this is like a mid-off. But Denver, I will say, is showing some more promise here. This is a much better team. I just want to see them stay consistent. If they can score 34 points against the Packers, why can't they score that against the Raiders? You know? Like, that's the thing that just it pisses me off, man. But anyway, yeah, they just are frustrating as a team. Let's move on to the next game because we only got a couple more minutes till Sunday night football starts. And I, for one, want to go to bed.
Sunday night football.
This is the last game, right? Yeah, last game.
Lions-Rams.
Great game. Lions-Rams. Lions go into LA, take on the Rams, and the Rams prevail. They are 11-3 on the season. They are top of the conference in the NFC. Caves, what did you see from this one?
Yeah, the Rams are the best team in all of football, in my opinion. They're really good. They are really, really good. I think the entire world, the entire NFL, me included, thought that they were just going to let Matt Stafford just take the ball and just rip them up today. And he kind of did, honestly. He had 370 passing yards and 2 touchdowns. But they were still trying to keep Blake Corum and Kyron Williams going, even against this stout run defense. And I think that was still opening up a lot of the offense totally. Super, super, super concerning. Devontae Adams on that play with the hamstring. And then Puka Nacua late in the game going down as well. I think he'll be okay.
Came back. Yeah, he came back.
He came back. Thank God. The Devontae one, though, that sucks. Colby Parkinson turns into the wide receiver 2 for LA. I don't know if you saw Colby Parkinson. I think he had 2 touchdowns today.
He did.
They were like one-on-one, like outside routes.
Yep. He had a great game today.
I love it. I think it's sick. The Lions, I will say, Jared Goff had a great game today. I mean, he looked really good. He was working the ball around. Everybody was getting some. Jahmyr Gibbs was definitely quieter today. I think that was LA's plan, was to shut down Jahmyr as much as they could. So Jared Goff definitely stepped up. But in the long run, the Detroit defense is trash.
Trash.
And so it doesn't matter how many points the Lions score. When you got as good as an offense as LA, if you can't slow them down at all, then what's the point? So, but definitely a fun game. This is a good game for Detroit that I did like to see, though, putting up good points and playing well against a good team.
Yeah. I mean, this was a much better game for the Lions. I'm impressed with how Goff played. 3 touchdowns, no picks, only 1 sack on the day. But yeah, it just wasn't enough. And when your defense allows 41 points, I get it. Like, it's not your fault. This defense is just so bad, and it has been for the last couple years. They've added good pieces. Aiden Hutchinson, good piece. But yeah, they're Swiss cheese, and that's always going to hinder this Lions team. But yeah, Amon-Ra and Jameson, man, both of them with over 130 yards receiving today. Dogs. 3 touchdowns between those two. This offense is so fun, and I really want them to get into the playoffs because of how fun they are as an offense. It's like so much more fun to watch the Lions than it is the Packers, and it's so frustrating that the Lions can't beat the Packers. So looking at the playoff picture right now, Lions are on the outside looking in. Oh man, they're 2 games behind the Packers. Packers are in the 7th spot at the wild card. I mean, Lions are going to need some help getting in, and that's very concerning. Panthers, man, like that too. They're at 9th. If they can't win the division, they're not getting in. All right, Packers have to play the Bears, Ravens, Vikings to finish out. So a lot of games I could see them losing. Who the Lions play? Running out. Give me 1 second. Lions play Steelers, Vikings, Bears. They are going to tear up our defense. I don't know. Playoffs are going to start settling here soon. It's going to be a fun
We
time,
play the Lions? Oh, Lord.
Lord.
Jameer is going for 300 all-purpose yards and like 4 touchdowns. It's going to be like the Alvin Kamara Christmas Day game.
Yeah, 6 touchdowns. Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. Well, that's all the games for today. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the show today. If you did, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, share it with your friends and family. Follow us on socials, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, at FanFeed Network. You can also listen to us on podcasts. If you weren't able to listen to this show live, find us anywhere you listen to your favorite podcast. And with that being said, we'll move on to next week. Good luck, everybody, as you finish up with your fantasy football playoffs. We wish you all the best, and we will see you next week. And see you later.
Ladies, we did the research for you. Fellas, pay attention. We've partnered up with Bonheure Jewelry. Bonheure is a celebrity favorite, eco-friendly jewelry company based in New York City. They're adored by stars such as Emma Watson, Gal Gadot, Katy Perry, Kim Kardashian, Kendall Jenner, and Hailey Bieber. Their designs have been featured in top publications including Vogue, Elle, V Magazine, and on major platforms. We love them. They have great pricing for luxury jewelry. It's something that you can start planning for before the holidays get here and get it early. Click on the link in our show notes below. You can sign up for 15% off your first order. When you support our partners, you support FanFeed Network. Check them out.